Most people don't realize this until it's too late. Your 20s aren't just a decade, they're a decision engine. Every choice you make, from who you text back to how you spend your free time, is shaping a version of you that you'll either thank or regret. By the time you hit 30, your habits are harder to change. Your circle is smaller, and your direction? Pretty much locked in. But here's the thing, none of this is meant to scare you. It's meant to wake you up, because there are 6 decisions you make in your 20s that shape your entire life. And if you understand them now, you'll have an edge most people never get. Let's break each one down, clearly, simply, and one at a time. Chapter 1. Identity over image. Have you ever noticed how easy it is to chase likes, but not know what you actually like? In your 20s, it's tempting to build an image, something people will admire, but here's the truth. Approval feels good now, but clarity lasts way longer. Most people try to look successful before they become someone who is. They chase aesthetics, not alignment. You've seen it, the curated photos, the fake hustle, the quotes with no action behind them. But behind all that, there's usually confusion. Because if your energy goes into managing how you look, you never get around to managing who you are. This is what I call the identity first principle. It means shaping your life around the person you want to become, not the person you're trying to impress. Want to be confident? Don't just post like you are, practice it. Want to be a creator? Start creating, even if no one's watching. That's the unlock. Because when your identity is real, your image takes care of itself. And it all starts with one question. Am I building a life that impresses others or fulfills me? Chapter 2. Choose regret wisely. Let me tell you something hard, but true. You're going to regret things. That's just part of life. But here's the secret. You get to choose which kind. You can choose the regret of trying and falling short, or the regret of playing it safe and never knowing what could have happened. Most people chase comfort in their 20s. They avoid risk, avoid change, avoid the hard stuff, but comfort has a cost, and it usually shows up later. Think about this. You can fail at what you don't even care about. So why not take a shot at something that actually matters to you? Here's a tool I use all the time. It's called mental time travel. Picture yourself at 40, looking back at your 20s. What are you proud you tried? What do you wish you hadn't waited on? Because that version of you, older, wiser, they already know. And when you let their perspective guide your choices now, you make decisions that age well. So yeah, regret is part of the deal. Just make sure it's the kind that comes with a story, not silence. Chapter 3. Master invisible skills. There are things you were never taught in school, but they quietly control your whole life. Like how to stay calm when you're overwhelmed, how to focus when everything's distracting you, how to make a decision without spiraling. These are what I call invisible skills: emotional regulation, attention management, decision hygiene. No one gives you a gold star for them, but they shape everything that gets noticed later. They're quiet skills with loud impact. People think success is about talent or timing, but most of the time, it's about staying grounded when life gets chaotic. So start with one. Seriously, just one. Let it be this. Learn how to pause instead of react. Next time someone pushes your buttons, breathe. Don't post, don't explode, don't shut down. Just breathe and buy yourself 5 seconds. That 5-second window is the doorway to a completely different life. Because the more you build these invisible muscles, the more visible your progress becomes. Jobs last longer. Relationships get healthier. You feel less like you're surviving and more like you're choosing. Chapter 4. Relationships are multipliers. In your 20s, it's easy to think the more friends you have, the better. But here's what nobody tells you. It's not about how many people you know. It's about who those people are. Because relationships aren't just connections. They're multipliers. They either pull you forward or hold you back. Your friends become mirrors. If they reflect laziness, drama, negativity, guess what starts showing up in your life? But if they reflect growth, values, and accountability, you rise without even trying. Science backs this up. Your brain has something called mirror neurons. You naturally copy the people around you. Their moods, their habits, their beliefs, you absorb all of it. It's called social contagion, and it's real. That's why your circle matters more than your grind. You can hustle all day, but if you go home to people who drain you, you're running in circles. So here's the move. Curate your circle like it's your future. Because it is. Ask yourself, would I want 5 versions of this person in my life? If not, it might be time to step back. You're not being rude, you're being intentional. Chapter 5. Design over default. Here's something most people don't realize until they feel stuck. Life doesn't get better on its own. It doesn't upgrade itself. It just repeats, unless you change the blueprint. The truth is, most people don't choose their life. They default into it. Default routines that were never really chosen, just inherited or absorbed. But here's the shift. You're always designing, whether you mean to or not. The only question is, are you designing with intention or on autopilot? So let's get practical. Forget about your 5-year plan for a second. Start smaller. Design your average day. What time do you wake up? What do you do before you check your phone? Who do you talk to? What do you eat? What are you building? Because your average day becomes your actual life. Don't wait for one day to feel aligned. Design it now, even if it starts small. Then repeat it. Your future doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be on purpose. Chapter 6. Build the systems, not the hype. It's easy to get obsessed with peak moments. The big launch, the perfect morning, the viral win. But here's what really builds your future. Systems, not hype. Motivation feels great, but it doesn't last. Some days you'll feel on fire. Other days, nothing. That's where systems save you. They don't care how you feel, they just work, because they're built to repeat. Here's the truth most people miss. How you plan your week matters more than what's on your vision board. You don't need perfect days, you need repeatable ones. So let's make this simple. Build a basic system around 3 things: sleep, environment, and inputs. No progress without recovery? Prioritize it. Is your space helping you or distracting you? What are you feeding your brain? Content, conversations, habits? These aren't flashy, they're not post-worthy, but they're what move the needle consistently. If you want results, don't chase momentum, build infrastructure. Because hype fades, but systems compound. If you've been feeling behind, let me reframe that for you. You're not behind. You're building the foundation. Every choice you've made, good or messy, has been teaching you. And now you get to build with intention. Because the best time to change is before it hurts enough to force you. You don't need to wait for a breakdown to have a breakthrough. Start now, quietly, consistently, imperfectly. The next video will show you exactly how to reset your life in 7 days. Not just motivation, structure, real systems, real shift. Until then, just remember this. You don't need to know everything before 30. Just this. Take action now or regret later. Smash the like button if you liked the video. See you in the next one.